one thing that you guys may not realize is the tattooing scene looked really real, right?
Yeah.
Now, what you don't realize is, Nick, was that you? Let's see it.
Nice.
Do you?
Hold it up. Eric.
What?
Eric Porn.
Eric Porn has it.
Sleeve up. I'm sorry.
We started.
All real.
They tattooed us at Rob's shop,
Wow.
and there's a few other people there, and we just started sharing needles.
That sounds so bad.
That's not true. But I have been planning. I have a leg O'Hare of like all my favorite things. Like I had George Romero sign my leg, and I got it tattooed. And, I was gonna originally get it on my knee, but Rob was like, "Would you mind getting it on your back, maybe?" So I was more than happy to do it. You know, like I said, this character means the world to me.
So it's true, we did not actually tattoo Brian Austin Green, but he was shooting Desperate Housewives at the same time, and they were pissed that he shaved his head. They were so mad.
Nice.
One of the cooler shots of the movie is when you take, I'm good, dude. 3 cops are taken out in one shot. Talk about how hard it was pulling that off in one shot.
I really wanted to challenge myself in this movie. I think with the first one, and then with my background as well, those of you who don't know, I own a makeup effects company, and we do a lot of movies and TV and stuff. I think people know that I can probably do, a girl with blades in her mouth, or a guy getting his head split apart with a bunch of cuts, and and sort of composite that together. But I wanted to challenge myself not only as an effects designer, but also as a filmmaker, and say how would I be scared to do this, and how I would scare myself is to try and think of things to do in one take without cutting. So then we did that twice in this movie. We did that with Thomas's roommate, played by Jade and Nikita Ramsey. It was actually twins. So that's how we pulled off that gag with the girl in the front, and she gets the blade through her, and then we throw her, and then we don't cut, and we come in to find the second twin on the ground with prosthetics. So. And then the 3 cops that Steve's talking about as well. The danger when you add police and phones and shit to the mix is that you have to pay that off somehow. So we were like, all right, we'll have cops everywhere. People complain there weren't any cops in the first one. We'll have them everywhere. And then they get there and you're like, what the fuck do they do? What do we do with them? Either they're going to arrest Chromeskull or, he's got to kill him really quick. So we decided, I was like, how can I challenge myself? And more than like a horror kind of inspiration, it was more like films like Breaking News, like Long Oneers and things like that. Yeah, Old Boy and things like that were my inspiration for that. And I said, how can I do a really cool choreographed but laid to rest fashion murder? And it was for the most part all practical as well. Meaning we had guys in prosthetics. When the first guy comes in, he's got a neck prosthetic on. He's got a tube and he's got a trigger in his pocket. And so when Nick goes like this, he actually sprays real blood in the second stunt guy's face. Second stunt guy's got a rubber hatchet. It'll be on the DVD. You'll see it all. You'll see the breakdown. But yeah, I really wanted to challenge myself in that way.
Any questions from the audience? Yeah, they're here
All right,
all
see
the
ya.
time. Any questions from the audience?
Look, we want to drink too, but let's just do this.
What was the budget?
I got one.
Millions.
Work that to you. Hang on.
Yes.
Scene where you stuck the knife in her mouth and went up with the ear.
Yes.
What went into making that?
This question's Allie's kill, played by Amy Lynn. That's actually supposed to be Chromeskull off his game.
It's my first kill.
It's his first kill back, and it's supposed to be a play on the you guys know the Jonathan Sheck kill from the first movie when I threw he's leaning in the car and I threw the knife through the face, and that's sort of unanimously everyone's favorite kill in the movie. So this was supposed to be like a botched version of that. Was actually how we wrote it. Like he comes in, he sees her, he throws the knife, but he's got one eyeball missing now, so his depth perception's off a little. Hits her in the side of the hair, tangles, and then out of frustration, he just kind of slices off part of her, but it's enough to kill her. So that's actually not supposed to be badass. It's supposed to be kind of messy, but either way, it's still bad news for her.
Next. Come on, I saw like 4 hands go up right there.
What was your budget and shooting schedule?
Shooting schedule was 24 days.
Right.
Wow.
I think we didn't actually have any budget. We just did the entire thing on barter. It was like barter system. You'd come to the house. Not kidding, but it was nothing. Peanuts. But we did, Chang, our producer there, who produced the first Late Arrest movie. He's our partner. Kevin and I's partner in Dry County Films. Him and Kevin, get full responsibility for getting us locations and, vehicles and all that stuff for nothing. We shot, it was very low budget movie, very low budget. We shot the whole thing, about 80% of the movie was shot in one location, at that warehouse. So when you see the warehouse, the old chrome plating factory where our showdown is and everything, that's the same location if you were to go up the stairs that she dies on, Angelina's character. You go up those stairs, it's the homicide department where all those guys work. And then my house is a half a mile away where we shot Amy Lynn's stuff and where Jess gets abducted. So, that's the only way you can do it. Yeah.
And the creepy,
Oh yeah, the hatch. Tell them about the hatch.
for some reason, Robert Hall, that little thing at the end where,
John Wayne Gacy.
yeah, he's got some place to store the bodies underneath his house. That little thing they climb down into and Mimi fights with Chromeskull, that is just a real location under his house.
It's fun.
Yeah, I remember when we were writing it, Rob wrote some scene like, oh, it'll be down in this hatch. I was like, well, why the hell are we gonna find a hatch? What are you talking about? We're not gonna be able to build this? And he's just like, no, I've got one under my house. And he seemed pretty happy about that, actually. I don't know.
Gacy hat.
Not getting everyone down there.
Any further questions?
Yeah.
Anyone? Right there.
Yeah.
I have a comment and then a question. Yeah.
Shit out of luck, dude.
What are the others?
Okay, comment and a half.
Make a decision.
Well, now I wanted to say, first, you guys are all geniuses. Great job. And as a Sarah Connor Chronicles fan, I especially appreciated the casting.
Yeah. Yeah, I get to keep working on TV series so I can keep casting my movies.
Exactly.
Sort of the way it's working. Well, Thomas is one of my best friends, and he's so. I'm not just saying this. He's like one of the most talented people I know, and so yeah. And so he and I bonded instantly on Terminator, and I'll help him forever, and he for some reason wants to do my shit. And then Owen Yeoman, who plays King, the Detective King, was actually our third King, and that was kind of a big nightmare for us.
Shit, I forgot about
Yeah. We had Michael Bean attached to that, and then he
No kidding.
dropped out.
Oh,
Got busy. So
ouch.
so then we got busy, and we were like a day away from. He dropped out really, really close to our start date, so it kind of screwed us in a lot of ways. And then we went female with that role, and I had someone else who I've known for a while, and we tried to make that character a female, shot for a day, and realized it didn't work. And then I called Owen in a panic, and I said, I know you're one of the leads on The Mentalist, but please, we'll work around your schedule, find time to come and do this. And Owen's amazing. So.
You had two actors doing the series.
Yep, both Owen and Brian were both on series, and actually I called the Desperate Housewives producers right before we started shooting saying, hey, I need to find out Brian's schedule, and they said, well, normally Brian works about 1 day a week, but you called it the worst time because we're about to do this gigantic, this thing where he's in every day, he's shooting every day, and it's some big riot thing, and you're never going to get to see him. And yet Brian, who was really just wanted to do the role that much, would work all day in one show and come. Same thing with Owen.
I wonder why you were so pissed off the whole time.
Yeah, and the Desperate Housewife producers, asked me, Brian can't do any stunts. He can't do anything dangerous. Absolutely not. Of course, Brian's there getting dragged and willing to get do the stunts.
Did we really put him through anything any more rigorous or dangerous than banging cougars on Desperate Housewives? No.
That's more dangerous.
I was thankfully unemployed.
Any final questions? Anyone? All right. Guys, thank you so much.
And thank you for coming. Yes. Chang, the producer. Yeah, can we get the crew down here? We want to get a picture. Also, the movie will be coming out from Image Entertainment. When is it?
September 20th.
September 20th, and it'll be on VOD. Gotcha. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us this Saturday. Have a great Comic-Con. I am Uncle Crigley from Dread Central. Take care.
I was almost up to asking if they would put Summer Glau into the thing, but I think about it now, I wouldn't want to see Summer Glau get up this
A lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah. Bad question to ask.
The other guy?
Get in here, you crazy.
I need to get a hold of Rob and ask if they're hiring. I want to ask if they're hiring at Almost Human Digital.
Anybody else missing? Nope. How about the concession guy? Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.